Court is in session and cause number 331366. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Edward Briscoe. We have Mr. Briscoe appearing via Zoom. Mr. Briscoe, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Briscoe, do you swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Briscoe, you may put your hand down. Mr. Briscoe, how are you doing?
Sir,
How are you doing, Mr. Briscoe?
I'm doing okay.
That's good. And Mr. Briscoe, you're represented by Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney Cole, your mic is on mute.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Cole, do you waive a record in Mr. Briscoe's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Briscoe, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor, it's a misdemeanor information. In this information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that on or about November 16 of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of failure to identify fugitive from justice. Mr. Briscoe, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Briscoe, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, Mr. Briscoe, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Briscoe, are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Briscoe, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials ELB that are on a line next to a box that is checked guilty. Mr. Briscoe, did you place your initials on this line?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Briscoe, on the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Briscoe, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next page, on the next document, Mr. Briscoe, that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Briscoe, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this same document, Mr. Briscoe, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Briscoe, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Briscoe, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer States 1.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Briscoe, Mr. Cole has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Cole, you advised and counseled Mr. Briscoe. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Briscoe, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. Briscoe, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea in this case, Your Honor, the state's recommending a jail sentence of 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. And we're asking that the court gives the defendant credit for any time that he's entitled to by law.
Okay, Mr. Briscoe, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case. Well, excuse me. You will be given credit for any time that you've already served on this case, any time that you're entitled to get by law. So, Mr. Briscoe, the court cost in this case is $387. Mr. Briscoe, will you be able to pay the court cost of $387?
$387
Yeah, will you be able to pay the $387?
today?
Well, are you able to pay it? Yeah, today? Are you able to pay it today?
No, sir.
Now, Mr. Briscoe, I need to ask you a few questions. Mr. Briscoe, are you currently, well, let me ask you, do you have any source of income?
Yes, sir.
And what is your source of income?
I do landscaping.
Okay. And Mr. Briscoe, now you're currently incarcerated in the Jefferson County Jail, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And now what is your income per month?
A month, I make probably about 3,000.
Okay. And out of that, do you have any expenses? Do you have to pay, for example, do you have to pay rent?
No, sir. Just take care of my son, and that's probably about 1,000, maybe 1,500 at the most.
Okay, say 15, so you have 15 left. Now let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Now you're incarcerated, do you have any income, not income, but do you have any savings?
Sir?
Do you have any savings, any money saved up?
Not at the moment, sir.
Okay, so you don't have any money saved up. You're currently incarcerated. But if you were out working, you would have been able to make some money, but you're not. So you're incarcerated. Now, do you receive any type of governmental benefits?
No, sir, not right now.
Okay. Did you receive some in the past?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Briscoe, currently the court is going to find that you're indigent. And based on that finding, the court is going to waive your court costs. That simply means you will not have to pay the court costs. In this case of $387, the court is going to find that you're indigent pursuant to Article 42.15 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And so, Mr. Briscoe, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Briscoe, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Briscoe, this will conclude your case. Please knock on the door and follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day. Okay, you're free to go. Knock on the door and follow the bailiff. You have a blessed day.
I mean, I get out today. No.
Hold on, wait up. Here you go. We didn't have an affidavit of indigence. Is he still in there? Okay, let's see, I think he is.
Your Honor, do you have a moment?